Alright, I've updated my TurtleFleet software for Computercraft. There is some nice new features in there. But first, let's take a look at the basic functions. If you already watched my last video on this software, you might see some improvements. So, the first change is the menu. The different options have been moved in their own sub-menu, and now you have the current fuel level of the turtle down here, so you will know if it's about to run out of fuel. Let's look at that. Option 1, stations. Those are fixed and need to be built by you or by the turtle. Let's go in there, and in here you have 3 different stations. So the option 1, tree farm. You simply place down your turtle on a flat terrain with grass, and then 1, it will ask for the length of the farm. If you see that there is a default value, you can just press enter and it will use it. So enter. If the station is not already built, he will ask for the materials. So I'll give him 2 chests, 1 furnace, the sapling I want him to plant, and some coal. When he has what he needs, he will build the station and start working after. So he will plant and chop down the trees when he finds a log. He will use the furnace that he placed at the start to cook his own fuel from the logs he will get. He will only cook fuel if he needs to. This farm still needs some work because he can't cut down all type of trees yet. So I mostly use spruce. If the turtle ever gets stuck or something, you can simply pick it back up and put it down at the start. Then select the tree farm, enter, and it should start right away. And now for option 2, cooking. Just place down your turtle, then select the option, so 2. He will check if the station is already built, like the tree farm, and since it's not, he will ask for 3 chests, 16 furnaces, and some coal. Then press enter. So the turtle will take the item from the input chest above, cook them in the furnace, and put the result in the output chest. This chest is for the fuel, or the coal. And you can make those chests bigger if you want. So, like that, and even this one. Or you can swap them for other chests from other mods. Option 3, farming. For now, there is only 2 options, and they are not building the farm themselves yet. You plant the sugar canes or the Farmer's Delight's rice, however you like in a 16 by 16 area. Then place the turtle on a storage at the height above the plant. So for the sugar cane, it's going to be at the max height, so it will cut down the top and middle part. And for the rice, it's going to be just above the rice, so it will check the age of the rice before harvesting it. Let's try that. Station, farming, and let's do the sugarcane. So 2. He will simply dig the sugarcane all around and then come back and drop them in the storage. So here I used a storage drawer since it's the only item in here. I chose those 2 because you get paper with sugarcane and you can grind the rice plant to get straw, which can be used to craft canvas, and then you can craft books. So the canvas with paper, the canvas simply replaces the leather, so you don't have to breed a ton of cows if you have Farmer's Delight. Okay, next menu. Option 2, miner. These options are mostly about digging. So, option 1, dig out. If you want to dig out a big area, this is the option for you. Simply place the turtle 1 block above the ground on the left side of the area to be mined. So if I would like to mine this part here, I'll place it here. So if I choose 1, then he will ask for the depth and width. The height will always be 3. So let's give it 5 Depth and width, let's do 4. Then press enter, he will start digging right away. That's it. You might want to give him fuel if you see that the fuel level is low. Now, for option 2, Flatten Chunk. Some people may not want this one, but I love having a nice flat terrain to build my big factory on it. But yeah, if you select this one, this will flatten an area of 16 by 16, so if you press F3 and G to see the chunks, it's going to be easy to know where to start the turtle in case you want to place a few. So I could place one in this corner, and I could place another one in this corner here, and they wouldn't interfere with each other. So this number of chunks, is the number of chunks to be flattened in a straight line. So if I look in the map and zoom in, here the number of chunk would be the number of square the turtle in the grid would mine. So I'll go with just one, enter. Then extra height. This one is when you are flattening a terrain, but it gets pretty high and there's a cavern in the middle maybe. Then the turtle will go a few blocks higher just to be sure that it will get everything. So there's not going to be a big floating island above the flat terrain. And then as he goes, he will calculate the average height so he doesn't go too high always. Alright, so option 3, vein mine. So this will mine all the block connected, like it says, and you can write the name of the block or simply place it in front and press enter. It will use the block that is in front of it. And press enter. I don't really use this one manually on ores, but it's super useful to get obsidian. Simply drop a bucket of water on a lava pool, and he's going to get all of it. Or use it on the obsidian pillar in the end. That works too. Option 4, branch mining. This one is interesting because you can send your turtle to mine for you when you don't feel like digging too much. So simply place the turtle in front of a chest or any kind of storage. Then let's select the option 4. It's going to ask if it needs to mine to the left or right. So for this one, he will have to turn left. So I'll press enter. And then it's going to ask for the number of branches. Let's do 5. And the length of the branches. I'll do 5 again, just for the test. They will execute the vein mine when they find ores. Then, when they finish a branch, they will come back and drop their inventory in the chest. Then go to the next branch. What I like to do is to place more turtle with a little offset, so they should get all the ores, except if you have ores that are only one block. So a turtle here would see at the bottom and the sides, and this turtle at the bottom can see up and down here. So here on the side, you can see that I started a few turtles, and they did their tunnel, one at the bottom, one in the middle here, and one at the top. The option 5, tunnel. This one is if you want a simple 2x1 tunnel with torches. It will not check the ores, and it will only stop when it runs out of torches. So, give him some torches, and 5. It will place a torch every 11 blocks, so 10 torch should make a 110 blocks long tunnel. Alright, so back in the main menu, option 3, builder. Those options are pretty similar. Let's try the place wall. So 3. I might have to fix a bit the text placement. But yeah, you just place the block that you want it to place in the first slot and anywhere else after that. And then press enter. He will stop when he can't go any further or finds the same type of blocks. Else, he'll go forever. So later I will add an option to set a size so you can't accidentally lose it. Alright, so before going further, I'll show how to install the software. So you simply have to type pastebin, run, and then this code. It's going to be in the description below, so if you want to just copy and paste it, that should work. Then you press enter. You will get the installation prompt. If you have a basic turtle, then you can type the underlined letter, and I'll come back later for the disk option. So for now, let's just press H. It's going to install the software on this turtle. Then I can simply press enter and I'm back in the menu. So you would have this menu on your turtle. Alright, so I'll jump right away in the configuration. So if I type 5, the option 1 is simply the current settings, so you can see what is currently set on the turtle. The option 2 is the installer, the one that we just saw. So if you want to access it again, you don't have to remember the command or the code. It's useful if you want to reinstall or update the software. And now we get in the interesting new stuff. The option 3, storage. The turtles have a pretty small inventory and it can fill up pretty quick. So with this, you can tell the turtle that a slot will contain some kind of chest that keep its content when broken, like the shulker box, or in my case here, I have better crates and those can save the content. There's a few things we can do with that. The slot index starts at 1 for the first one and goes all the way down to 16. So let's select option 3. So it will explain a bit what it is, and it will ask you which index you want. So let's try 1 and enter. Now we can see the different type of storage. The first one is the fuel storage. When the turtle checks to refuel itself, if it doesn't find any valid fuel in its direct inventory, it's going to check if it has a fuel storage set up. If it has, then it will place it, take one stack out of the storage, and pick it back up. It's only if the storage is empty that he will ask you to give him more fuel. So let's select this one for the first slot. Then set up another storage. Yes, please. Enter. Now let's select index 2. The second type of storage is a drop storage. It's where he's going to drop the item he doesn't need when he gets full. You can set this type of storage multiple times. So if the first storage is full, he will start filling the next one. So I'll select this type and I'll set up another one for slot 3 and again 2. Yes, set another one. Now for slot 4, the third storage type is a filtered storage. It's mostly used to trash item, but can be used to have sorted storage. The turtle will drop filtered item in this storage, then drop the rest in normal drop storage. So if I select type 3, then it's going to ask me to place item I want to be filtered in the inventory. So here I would place, for example, cobblestone, dirt, diorite, and press enter. For now, I'll just place one log and press enter. And do you want to store something else? No. All right, so back in the menu, the next settings is the valid fuel, option 4. This is if you want to use different item as fuel, like blaze rod or coal block. So if I select it, you can type the item name if you know it, or you can just put the item in here and press enter. And then it's going to confirm that the block is added to the list. Let's go back. The next option is 5, refuel all. Normally, the turtle will only consume 2 fuel items at a time. So if it's early game and you don't want to lose all your coal, it might be good. But later you might have plenty, so the turtle can simply consume the whole stack, so it will refuel less frequently. So here I'll just type yes. And for the last settings is the forbidden blocks. Before it was hard-coded, but now they're here. So this is mostly used for dangerous block because I played in a mod pack where there was a type of ore that would explode when you mine it, and it would end up destroying the turtles. But it can also be used if you want to mine, let's say, the diamond ore with fortune. So if the turtle finds this block while mining, it will wait for you to remove it. If it finds this ore while branch mining, it will come back to the entrance while digging the bottom block. So you can just go in the tunnel yourself and mine the forbidden block. So for this one, you need to type in the ID name of the block or place it in front of the turtle. So if I put it in front and press enter, then this block is here. Let's stop that. So let's say I try miner, vein mine. It's going to try to vein mine the block, but since it's in the forbidden block, he will not mine it. So I'm scared of this block. Can you remove it, please? And then he will try to vein mine, but then he's already done. There is one last thing that is not really a settings, but a optional tool. I'll probably add that information somewhere, but if you give a bucket to your turtle, it will keep it, and if it tries to dig where there is lava, it will automatically bucket the lava and consume it as fuel. And one bucket of lava is equal to 1,000 fuel unit. So if you intend to dig out an area with lava, your turtle will fill its fuel reserve pretty fast. Once the turtle is full, it might not be able to consume the lava, so it will store it away in a drop storage if available. Alright, now let's see the real nice stuff, the fast one. So if you check here, you'll have the option for the fleet mode. If you want to dig out an area higher than 3 blocks, you could place each turtle manually, 3 blocks above and 3 blocks above that, but it might be long to do that, so why not let them place themselves? So that's what we're gonna look at. You'll need to prepare a few chests so they can equip their configured storage. So for example, if you want to dig a big tunnel in that direction, with the normal dig out, you would have to place a turtle here above the ground on the left side. So the setup will be just next to that. So here at the bottom would be the storage for the drop storage. Then in front would be the storage for the other turtles. And this turtle would go here facing the turtle chest. Then above, it would be the chest for the fuel. Either fuel items or fuel storage based on if the turtle have a fuel storage set in its settings. Next to the right of the turtle, you'll place another chest, and this will be for the filter storage. And here, this would be the chest for the buckets. Now, if you want to use the fleet mode, all of the turtles that you will use needs to have the software installed, and also they need their settings to be set. But that's where the button disk from the installer comes into play. So what you can do is get yourself a disk drive with a floppy disk. I just renamed this one. Place this down and put your disk inside. Then if you pick your turtle, and let's put it on top. Now I can go in the option 5, and I do have the installer right there, so press 2. And here I can click the disk button. So it's installing the software on the disk with a different startup file to install the software automatically. Because now if I pick up the turtle and place it on top, if I look, it will say install done. So it just reinstalled the software itself. But if I want to share the settings of this turtle, like a default setting to the turtles that will install the software later, then I can pick the turtle and put it in front of the disk. Now it's going to ask me, should I copy my settings onto the disk? So I'll type yes, done. So it just copied its settings. Now if I place a turtle on top of the disk drive, it's going to install the software and the settings. But placing them one by one would take a long time. So if you place a chest in front and another one above, then you can simply put your turtle in this bottom chest. This would be the input chest for the turtle. And then you place a turtle on top of the disk drive. So when you click it to open it, it will start. It will activate the installation from the disk. And then it will pick up a turtle in the chest in front. It will update itself and put the other turtle in the output chest. And if they're brand new and don't have any fuel in them, you can give them some coal in the third slot. It will share the coal with the following turtle. So now that we have our turtle updated and installed, we can place them in the chest at the back. And place our starting turtle there. But we are missing one last thing. You will give only the height of the tunnel you want to dig to the main turtle. The depth and width for dig out will be given with a piece of paper. So I'll get that. So you get a normal Minecraft piece of paper and just rename it. So I'll do 50 by 5. So the depth and width. So now we can start the fleet dig out. I do have some storage here with a charcoal in them, and they are stackable. You could also use the Ender storage mod with the Ender chest with the 3 color on them, and set up some kind of drop chest that your system imports it inside or something like that. So I'll put some trash in the chest, in the filtered chest. I'll put my fuel storage at the top. I'll put the drop storage at the bottom. The buckets are already there. So I'll give the paper to the main turtle, and I'll do 4 fleet mode and 1 fleet dig out. So here it will explain how to set up this little station with all the chests. Then when you're ready, just input the height, multiple of 3. So that's the number of turtle that you will need. So if I do 15, I should be good with my 5 turtle. And enter. So the first turtle will go up and wait at the top for the next turtle to go. And they will only start mining when the last turtle is there. So if I look at this turtle, it will pick the storage it needs. So it's a fuel storage, 2 drop storage, and a filter storage. And now since it didn't had enough fuel, it just placed the fuel storage and picked a stack, and it consumed it all. And then the next one is going, and this is the last turtle. So it should give the signal, and they will all start digging out at the same time. So here the turtle just found some lava. It should eat it. And there you go. The other option, flatten, has the same setup, but the piece of paper is for the length. The width is based on the number of turtle used. So if you fill a double chest with turtle, you can flatten a big area pretty fast. I decided to use a piece of paper. It's easy to use in the early game. I could code it so they use a modem, but it requires an ender pearl to craft it. At the start of the game, ender pearls are pretty rare. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this little update. A few new features. I hope you like them. And yeah, I'll probably still work on this little software and try to improve it even more. I still have the end goal of making a complete autonomous system, but it might take a long time before I get there. But yeah, thank you for watching, and a big thanks to my patrons. Thanks a lot. And yeah, with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.